Employing teachers who completed their colleges in 2022, 2023, when other parts of this country are employing teachers who completed their course in 2011 and other years below. If they manage to expel all teachers from Northeastern, they go to doctors, they go to other cadres of the civil service. By so doing, do we mean that we are about to lose Northeastern to Somalia? Because I believe if all the civil service is from Northeastern, because there's this clamor of even employ people of lower grades so that they can teach in Northeastern. What it implies is that now Northeastern is a different country or is a different state from Kenya, because education is an equalizer. People should be treated equally, whether you're in Northeastern or another part of this country. If this is the case, therefore, what are we doing as deterrent measures as opposed to reward measures that we are getting?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Waziri, I think you'll answer those questions, and I think, Waziri, you'll also give us statistics on other civil servants, other than teachers, who have actually been affected by this. Also, Waziri, you need to note that in 2017, this committee actually, as a measure to stop, maybe to allow the locals in Northeastern to be employed, this committee actually directed Teacher Service Commission to have continuous recruitment of locals in Mandera, in Wajir, in Garissa and Lamu. Actually, to have the teacher shortage crisis to be brought down and to reduce the number of non-locals going up. But my last question is this. Ethiopia has a very large border with Somalia, and this issue is not there. We've been looking at international news. It is only in Kenya where it looks like our border is so porous and easily for attack. What is your colleague in Ethiopia or your counterpart in Ethiopia doing right that he has managed to stop Al-Shabaab infiltration there? Thank you.
Chair. Thank you, Chair. Chair and honorable members, on the first question, the pooling of teachers in one area for their protection is the short-term solution. The long-term solution will be to...
Order. Sergeant Atam, you don't need to bring in everybody. You need only essential staff so that we don't have a crowded room. So ensure that non-essential staff or individuals, or you can even reduce the members of the fourth estate. If there are so many from one media station, you can reduce them so that we have a good working environment. Kindly note that. Proceed, Waziri.
Pulling the teachers in one location for their safety is a short-term measure. The long-term measure is to ensure that area is safe, just like the rest of Kenya. And I've already given my commitment that we will clean up that place, and those threats will not be there going forward. We will do whatever it takes to make sure we clean up that place from the threat of Al-Shabaab. Secondly, Chair, the issue of why, terror uses an ideology. One of the ideology angles of terror is religion. But it can also use political ideology, cultural ideology to terrorize people. Because, Chair, you asked me why target non-local teachers. It's an ideology that we terrorize society by dividing the local community from the community that is not local, either on religious lines or whatever other lines. And that explains why there has been a focus on teachers who are not from that region. It's a strategy of terrorists to cause division within society. Now, the other question which was asked was about the role of communities. The role of communities in the fight against terror. And I think a suggestion has been made. It will be dangerous for us to start apportioning blame and saying the leaders are to blame, or the administration is to blame, or the security agencies are to blame. The solution to the problem in the north is to do what has been done in Somalia. I think that's the best practice we can get, is what has happened in Somalia, where the local community together have decided enough is enough with Al-Shabaab. So the communities have organized themselves and said, can government come and help us organize ourselves to fight Al-Shabaab? So the fight against Al-Shabaab in Somalia is being led by communities with the support of government. And I think for me that's where we are headed. And already we are getting very positive feedback from leadership of all cadres from that area, that the communities are ready to assist government tackle the Al-Shabaab problem, because you cannot have a police officer guarding every homestead and guarding every citizen. It's not even feasible. And I've also said that because of the very close relationship in terms of language, religion, and culture between our brothers and sisters in Northeastern and the people who come from the other side of the border, this problem can only be resolved if it is community-led with the support of government, so that again we don't have anarchy. And if we try that, I think we'll achieve a lot of progress. The Honorable Malulu.
On that note, Waziri,
yeah.
It means that you are yet to start, or you have started it already?
We are on it.
You are on it?
We are on it. We are actually engaging. We are on it.
Thank you.
We are on it. That's why I spoke very confidently. I said, it's just a matter of time. In the next few months, we'll crush all those elements and get our country back. Because I think everybody now in our country is fed up with this problem. And the problem is temporary. Chair and members, I think there was also a question about other teachers who were affected in the last attack. The question I was asked to answer before you today was on death and injuries in the last 10 years, not on the affected teachers. So I know there are others who were affected in that attack, but they were neither. They were not killed or injured, so they were not part of my statistics, but they were evacuated. And in terms of when they will go back, we believe that by the time schools reopen, we'll have gotten the situation back to order. So I'm sure by the time schools reopen at the end of this month, we'll have reversed the situation there. Those teachers should be able to return to work. The other question was why teachers are being attacked inside police stations. I've explained, and you know, this is the danger of announcing some of the measures that we are taking. You know, that's why you find my statement is the way it is, deliberately. Because it was made public that the non-local teachers are residing in police stations for their safety. So it became easy for these terrorists to target them from there. As to why, for instance, they would attack and kill the teachers and not police officers, part of it is divide and rule. You attack and overpower police posts if the numbers are not adequate to withstand the insurgents or the terrorists. but deliberately they will just kill the teachers and leave out the police officers. You know, it's up to them. You can't tell a terrorist you must kill everybody. It's their way of doing things, because those deaths are terror-driven and they are supposed to communicate
on those particular areas, more so on the critical areas, the schools that are being targeted, the counties that are more prone to, and all that. So you can actually give the Secretariat that particular information. It is very important for us. Thank you so much, Waziri. I think the kind of work you did in the North Rift and the opening up of schools in Baringo is actually a motivation to this republic, that you are able, you will be able to do it well. And more so even what you've done to the streets of this town, where you've restored law and order. Thank you so much. And that's why we want to thank you for that. Asante sana. Our meeting is over. Asante. members kindly remain behind. And thank you, members of the fourth estate, for covering up. Asante sana.
The power of the chair.